So here we are, the first of many character focused episodes. The writers of this season tried to do something a little bit more interesting with what otherwise are filler episodes. These episodes take advantage of the larger cast by basically focusing each episode on a particular cast member. Sort of what you do in regular anime, but it's sort of novel for Pokemon, considering the fact that in most episodes like this, we just get a Pokemon of the day. Here they decide to use that Pokemon of the day to focus on a new or older character, instead of just shoving in new characters here and there that are only going to be relevant for one episode. It works, and I'm honestly surprised we haven't done this before in Pokemon instead of just shoving in new characters every episode. What can I say? As someone who detests boring filler episodes, this is quite possibly one of the best things about the series. But enough about that little bit, let's get into the episode itself. We begin our episode with Ash going to school. Get used to this, people, as a lot of episodes begin with Ash going to school. Anyway, along the way, he spots Lana doing some practicing about Popplio as it's blowing bubbles. Later at school, Kukui tells the class that they'll be having an extracurricular lesson involving fishing the next day. Ash, not having a fishing line, decides to ask Lana to borrow one of hers, when she also tells him that she and Popplio have secret practice. We get a brief flashback to how Lana ended up catching Popplio, saving it from Team Skull when they were bullying the poor creature. Kinda feels like Team Skull's representing the internet right there. Anyway, she then explains her dream of Popplio making a giant balloon for her so that she could travel underwater and interact with more water Pokemon. Heading to Lana's house, Ash sees Lana's ride Pokemon Lapras, with Team Rocket overhearing a conversation to have about ride Pokemon, and of course coming up with a plan to steal a bunch of them at once. After some minor hijinks with Lana's two younger sisters, and some minor shipping fuel, Ash gets to the fishing line. There's kind of an odd recurring joke with these two, where when people see them going out, people assume they're on a date for some reason. I don't know, shipping fuel maybe? The next morning, everyone gathers at the beach as Kukui hands the lesson over to Lana, as she's the most experienced fisherman of the group. They're showing off their various rods and lures, as well as Lily explaining how she's able to actually, do the lesson, considering her fear of touching Pokemon, and a rather humorous scene. Lana directs the group, and they begin fishing. Everyone has their own struggles while Lana shows off her own skills as a fisherman, and there's actually a pretty funny moment where Lily rolls in a Milotic while Ash tries to help her and gets tackle attacked by the dang thing. After a break, everyone gathers on a small island where Team Rocket springs their trap and tries to catch all the wild Pokemon. Team Rocket makes a comment about the extra Pokemon that they captured being small fries, and this makes Lana mad. While Ash with his Pikachu is clearly pointed out that he wouldn't be able to do anything as most of the captured Pokemon are water types, and they'll all be super effective. Anyway, Lana comes up with a new plan. Popplio makes a pathway of bubbles for Pikachu to travel up and deliver an Ion Tail to save the captured Pokemon before sending Team Rocket blasting off again. Only, they don't blast off, they're captured by Beware, and everyone sits around happily as Popplio makes a giant balloon that traps Ash, only for Hit to quickly pop and then cause him to fall to the ground. So yeah, this is obviously Lana's episode. Despite this being a Lana-centric episode, none of the other cast are left out. Pretty much when they're on screen, they're all given at least something interesting to do, such as Lily's favorite Pokemon and Kiyoe having that thing where he prefers fire types and doesn't really like fishing. And of course that moment where I mentioned Ash getting tackled by a Milotic, which is really dang funny. On an interesting note, Lana does actually have a pair of younger sisters in the video games as well. They show up at Lana's house and have a pair of water-type Pokemon she can battle. They use the sprites of preschoolers. Because they don't have designs, the anime decided to give them their own designs, making them a pair of hyperactive mini-Lanas, which is an okay interpretation. Overall, this is a pretty decent early episode. For those of you who are unaware, basically speaking, in most seasons, early episodes are pretty standard and generic. Just breadcrumbs before we actually get to the main stuff after the first gym battle. We get a good sense of Lana as a character and have some pretty funny moments. It's not the most spectacular episode, but it's still enjoyable. But you can honestly skip this. Hell, I would have skipped this because it's pretty much filler, but I honestly want to talk about it a little bit. But for next time, it'll be a little bit shocking. Well guys, I'd like to thank all of you for tuning in for another one of these episodes of mine. I know this is the meatiest of episodes, and this video is short as a result, but the early episodes don't really have many talking points outside of a few handful of them. But anyway, I hope you're still enjoying this series I'm doing, and if you want, you can like, subscribe, all that stuff if you want to. I have a Twitter linked below, a DeviantArt, a Twitch page I need to get back into doing. Follow my channel for more Let's Plays and videos like this one. And if you don't mind reading some stuff, I have a Tapas, which is also linked down below. And I will be seeing you all in the next episode.